Welcome to our Off the Grid project. Our location is in Pikeville, Tennessee.
Sustainability is the ability of something to function and provide for itself on its own indefinitely. Therefore, a sustainable house would be a house that is located and built in such a way that allows the human occupants to live and function without using resources that have been created by other people. The objective of this project is to create a place to live that is completely sustainable in terms of food, energy, water, and other basic necessities.
Pikeville, Tennessee has a fairly moderate climate, with an average yearly rainfall of 54 inches. It has an average low of 46 degrees Fahrenheit and an average high of 70.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Additionally, Pikeville has an elevation of 856 feet and an average yearly snowfall of 5.9 inches. The Sequatchie River runs southwest through the southern part of town, and the river has an average discharge of 745 cubic feet per second. It is located in the northern part of the Sequatchie Valley, where the Sequatchie River flows into the Tennessee River near the Tennessee-Alabama border. In the summer, the sun rises at around 5:30 a.m. and sets around 8 p.m. for an average of 14.5 hours of sunlight. In the winter months, the sun rises at around 7 a.m. and sets around 4:30 p.m. for an average of 9.5 hours of sunlight all year round.
Our group decided to use a PureFlow peat sewage system. These are extremely energy efficient. These systems take wastewater directly from the home and place them into a septic tank. After the septic tank, multiple pipes take the water to an air pump, then to the filter, which is basically just a giant sponge that filters out bad bacteria and disperses the leftover water into the ground below. The property is 5 acres. On it we have our house, and behind the house is our septic system. Next to the house is our greenhouse. We have a chicken coop for the chickens and a pen for the cows to roam. There's also a barn for the tools and the tractor. There's a forest on either side of the river that flows on 2 sides of the property. The source for our energy is water and is towards the edge of our property. There's also a bridge towards the middle of the river.
Our house will be a log cabin design. It will be 1,600 square feet, have 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. These types of homes are very popular around this region and are very inexpensive to build. In order to make our home as efficient as possible, we will use spray foam insulation to eliminate holes that could let out any hot or cold air.
Our house is going to have 4 major appliances: a refrigerator, a central AC unit, 20 LED light bulbs, and an electric water heater. Most of the appliances are going to be running from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., and the peak energy demand is going to be 1.9 kilowatt hours.
For alternative energy, the house is going to be powered by hydroelectric power from the Sequatchie River. The hydroelectric plants are going to use Pelton turbines. The Pelton design was chosen because it works only while partially submerged, and as the average depth of the Sequatchie River is only around 4 feet, a completely submerged design, such as the Francis turbine, would have been impractical. To build up to 2 hydroelectric plants, the total cost would be around $6,000, and the maximum energy production would be around 20 kilowatts per hour. Additionally, a backup battery capable of storing up to 4,000 kilowatts will be installed to provide power when the river is either slower or lower.
We are going to have 12 chickens and 4 cows. They're each going to have their own barn and coop. We feed the cows and chickens what we grow ourselves.
Our greenhouse will be 15 by 30 square feet. It will contain fruits and vegetables such as tomatoes, red and green peppers, cucumbers, and raspberries. One corner will have the tomatoes, one will have the peppers, one will have the cucumbers, and the last one will have the raspberries. We will also have an irrigation system to water our plants so we don't have to spend our time watering them ourselves. The farm will be split into 4 sections. One section will contain wheat, one will contain hay for the cows, one will contain corn for the free-roaming chickens, and one will be for the cows to roam. Each section of the farm will be 1/2 acre.
Our total budget for this project is $100,000. We spent $1,800 on a refrigerator, $2,500 on an AC unit, $2,000 for our greenhouse, $250 for an irrigation system, $1,600 on insulation, $1,250 on cows, $40 for chickens, $2,000 on a chicken coop and cow barn, $2,222 for tools,
$5,000 for a tractor, $222 for light bulbs, $25,000 for a sawmill and barn, $1,500 for a backup battery, $4,150 for a stove, $6,000 for Pelton turbines, $6,000 for a septic system, $260 for plants, $34,600 for our house, $790 for farming plants.
We have learned that alternative energy are renewable resources and are becoming a thing of the future. Alternative energy comes in many ways and in very different environments. Whether you are in an environment that is cold all year round or an area that can get up to 100 degrees Fahrenheit, there is always an alternative way to live from limited supplies and help directly from the environment. Alternative energy will become a big part of living in the United States because people are beginning to realize the harsh side effects of pollution on the environment. We believe that eventually almost all energy sources will be renewable resources because they do not damage the environment.
Now that you know all about Pikeville, come visit us.
Thanks for watching.
We would like to give a special thanks to Mrs. Maroli and Mrs. Desmansky for all of the help that they gave us during this project.